Okay, so day 2 of this lesson, solving systems by eliminations. So yesterday we learned that first off, to use this method, both of your functions have to be written in standard form. That's the ax plus by equals c form. So that your x's are going to line up, your y's will line up, and your constants will line up. We also learned that in order to eliminate a variable, your variable that you're going to eliminate has to be complete and total opposites. So if you have a 2y, then the other one needs to be a negative 2y. And sometimes it's as simple as just adding things together and then your variables eliminate, or distributing through a negative 1 to one of them to make them eliminate. Or also sometimes you have to distribute through a number in order to get them to eliminate. So looking at these two, at our next example. So we have a 3x plus 2y equals 1, and we have a 4x plus 3y equals negative 2. Now it'd be nice if we could distribute through a negative of some sort to make your x's or your y's eliminate, but it's not going to happen. And so you have to decide, again, which variable am I going to eliminate? You've got to make variables complete and total opposites. So I'm looking, and again, I have to decide, do I want to eliminate my y's or do I want to eliminate my x's? And the truth is, it really doesn't matter which one you choose. So regardless, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to, in this case, if I want to say my x's, for example, well, this is a 3x and that's a 4x. I have to use what's called the least common denominator to decide what do I have to multiply through to both of these to make my x's eliminate. So off on my side here, I'm going to do a little bit of work. So let's say we want to eliminate our x's. So I have a 3x and a 4x, and I want to eliminate my x's. So I've got a 3 and a 4. I've got to find what's called the least common denominator. So what number will both 3 and 4 go into? What's the smallest number? Well, that's easy. That's a 12. So then, what did I do to the 3 to make it a 12? I times it by 4. What did I do to the 4 to make it a 12? I times it by 3. So you have the 3x and the 4x, and you're going to multiply the 3 by the 4, and you're going to multiply the 4 by the 3. So I'm going to distribute through a 4 here, and I'm going to distribute through the 3 here. Now, you have to not only have the same x's, but they have to be opposite signs. So one of them, you're going to have to distribute through a negative. And it doesn't matter which one you choose, the top or the bottom. So maybe I want my top to be the negative or the bottom. Again, it doesn't matter. Let's go with the bottom here. So step 1 says multiply each equation so you can eliminate one variable. So when I distribute through the 4 to the top, 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times 2y is 8y. 4 times 1 is 1. Don't forget to multiply the constant as well. Okay? Then negative 3 times 4x, negative 12x. Negative 3 times 3y is negative 9y. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. So now my x's are opposite of each other. They cancel each other out when I add together what I have left. 8y and negative 9y is negative 1y. 4 and 6 is 10. So now I know that y is equal to negative 10. I'm halfway done. So step 2 says solve for the eliminated variable using either one of the original equations. So in other words, now find x. So I'm going to go back up to the original. Always pull from the original. Okay, so 3x plus 2y is equal to 1. We're going to sub in the negative 10 into the y. And then simplify. So 3x, 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. So 3x minus 20 equals 1. Add your 20 to your 1. So 3x equals 21. Divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 7. So now we have our solution. So the point that these two equations have in common is the point 7, negative 10. Okay, so pause your video. You try the next one. And then when you're ready, you can check your answer and see how you did. Okay, so hopefully you found that your solution that these two have in common is the point negative 4, negative 1. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate my y's. Reason being, they already have opposite signs. I need to figure out what I need to turn the y's into to make them go away. So I'm going to find the least common multiple. So I'm going to take my 3 and my negative 2. And they both go into the number 6. So what do I have to do to the 3 to make it a 6? I've got to times it by 2. So the 3y, well, that entire equation I'm going to times by 2. What do I have to make what I have to multiply the negative 2 by to make it a 6? I've got to times it by 3. So I'm going to multiply the second function by 3. So distribute through the 2 to the top. You're going to get an 8x plus 6y equals negative 38. Then you're going to get a 9x minus 6y equals negative 30. Okay, your y's cancel out. Add what you have left. So 8x and 9x add and make 17x. Negative 38 and negative 30 add to negative 68. Divide by 17. And 17 will go evenly into negative 68, so x is equal to negative 4. All right, so we're halfway there. Now find y. So we're going to sub back in. Doesn't matter which equation you sub into, maybe the top one. So I'm going to replace in the top equation the x with a negative 4. Plus 3y equals negative 19. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. Negative 16 plus 3y equals negative 19. Add the 16 to the negative 19. So 3y is equal to negative 3, and y is equal to negative 1. Okay. So there we are. We now know that we have a common point of negative 4, negative 1. So you've got practice to go along with this. It's going to be another SchoolNet assessment. And then tomorrow we're going to be looking at all the methods put together. Tomorrow, once we're going to make a foldable. And after we make the foldable, you've got some practice that you're going to do. And then once you're ready, you've got a quiz on all 3 of these methods. Again, I hope things are going well. Remember, you can email I'll be doing some Google Meets. That way you can sign in and ask me any questions you want, and I'll go over whatever I need to.